Yo, Snoop, you my relative. I talked to Julian. I talked to Daz. I talked to Corrupt. I talked to everybody, and everybody's telling me you turned into the new Suge. I don't want to believe that, Snoop. I don't want to believe that you turned into the new Suge. I want to believe that you've given everybody what they deserved. And everything that they ever didn't get, you taking over death row was supposed to be the one to be the savior to give everybody what they needed. Word on the street is that you haven't given anybody nothing. And you became the new Suge. I don't want to believe that, Snoop. I want you to respond, and I want you to tell me that you're not the new Suge. I want you to tell me that you gave everybody all the publishing and all the rights and everything that they deserved. Everybody from our cousin Daz to, Julian, to whoever else is talking, right? I don't give a anybody else but it's related to us. I said two that is in our bloodline, and you're a great person. I love you. Can you please tell everybody that I'm tripping and that you have not become Suge Knight? Because if you have, then we'll deal with that and we'll figure it out. But everybody's feelings are hurt. Nobody feels like you have come through for them. Everybody from the LBC to Carson to Compton to Los Angeles all the way up to Santa Clarita. But you've been keeping all the money and you're super rich. I love you, Snoop. Please respond to this because I'm not here to try to point the finger. But when Dash tells me something, Julian tells me something, and then there's like 20 other people that's telling me other things that are surprising. Because the last thing I thought that you would be is the new Suge Knight. Make it make sense, Snoop. Make it make sense right now. Cause I don't give a nigga. You know that. You my cousin. But don't ever think that you doing people wrong I'm not gonna let it slide. What are you gonna do to me? Exactly. Let's talk about it. Let's do a sit down and let's figure out, why do people say you're the new Suge? Why do people say that you're over all their money? Why do people say that you're the worst person in the world right now in LA? Why? When you're my cousin. Let's figure it out. I love you, Snoop. But I also love Daz. I also love Julian. I also love all my Crip homies and all my blood homies. Don't represent death row if you're Suge Knight again. Unless that's what it is. If you Suge again, it's death row. I'm confused. Can you please make light of what we're going through right now on the West Coast? Snoop, my cousin, sincerely, Ray J.
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in, and I want this to be clear. I'm not laughing at nobody or their situation or issues that they're having at death row, or artists not getting publishing allegedly, or not being paid or compensated properly since Snoop has acquired death row. I'm laughing at Ray J's delivery, because Ray J just be all over the place, and 1 minute it's, hey man, if you're gonna do it like that, bro, we don't want to be down with it. If not, you know what, if that's what it is, then it's death row, nigga. Death row, like Ray J. And then the other stuff he done put online recently is like Ray J just be all over the place. And I don't know if he's even all the way serious or not right here, but where there's smoke, there's fire with this conversation of death row. If you've been following throughout the years, we have seen when Snoop got it back and acquired it, or Snoop got it and acquired it and was giving everybody chains and death row this. Hey, we gonna get these artists right. We gonna make sure it's done correctly this time. That's a big obligation for that conversation, keeping it all the way 100. But as of late, we've seen Daz come out, We know Daz knows the business no matter how you feel about him. So when I hear Daz talk as somebody who has in the past done legal matters and handled these things inside the courtroom and got broke off, got paid for not being properly compensated for what he had done on death row, to my understanding and everything. I know he got paid in court. He won that case against Suge Knight and them back in the game. Him, when he talks the language, I say, hey, I'm not the expert. I don't got everything, so I got to wait and see to see what Snoop got to say, because he noticed stuff when he was calling Snoop out recently about certain things. Said that Snoop tried to go trademark dog pound and things of that nature. Then, of course, a lot of people didn't like when I spoke on it on my channel. Danny Boy did an interview with Art of Dialogue, said Snoop gave him a fake death row chain. Also said that he gave him a very, very bad deal for 2 singles, I want to say. Snoop wanted one of the singles that he had. It's supposed to be only a few grand, not nowhere near enough to have the rights for 7 years. And I was like, it's a lot of stuff going on with this right here. Now, them the only 2 that I've heard spoke out. But now Ray J coming to the internet saying this. Snoop is his cousin. I don't even know how they all 3 are related on the same side, or is Ray J just saying it? But according to Ray J, I know that Snoop and Daz is cousins, and I know that Ray J and Snoop are cousins. There's no doubt about that. But I don't know if they all 3 related in the same line. But if they are or not, Ray J most definitely threw more gasoline on fire of Snoop not handling business when it comes to the issues at death row. People supposed to be getting their publishing back or being compensated for certain type of deals, or deals that he's offering people. Now, that fake chain one was just crazy in itself from Danny Boy. Danny Boy had a major contribution on death row itself. Classic records. If you did anything with Tupac, you contributed. Daz doing the production and stuff, helping with songwriting and putting stuff together. They all played their role, including Suge. Now, Suge, he don't like Snoop, and I think him and Ray J have fell out as well also. So it's just a whole lot going on. This is an era that I grew up on as a kid, elementary. I was throwing up West Side as a kid. I was one of them. I was one of the ones, Jamie Dog Pound, Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style. Still gonna be one of the top rap albums ever, in my opinion. Play that front to back. Everything that came out of that camp, we was on it. But as of late, Snoop, I say this, I can't speak to the business side. He got a lot of accusations. He ain't cleared them up. I don't know if he gonna come clear this up. But if you let them corporate people handle the business, they ain't trying to be fair at all. We'll just keep that if he just falling back. Snoop been doing some things that I haven't been too preview to. We don't got to fake it. Y'all done saw the videos, him sitting down with them about the kids and the commercial he did with the LG. I was like, oh, nah, what is this, Snoop? What is really going on? And you wouldn't sit down and had a whole conversation and created a cartoon for kids with that. And I was like, nah, Snoop, that ain't it. And then other things he done and said, I'm like, Snoop, you moving a little bit different than what I thought you had to go on. But we'll have to see if he responds to this right here. I don't think he will, because Snoop kind of in that industry mindset, from my opinion, where it's like, hey, everything every day is all about the business. Everything every day is all about the money. I'm not saying Snoop owe it to nobody to take care of them and give people money for nothing. But if you gonna claim that role, and y'all all had y'all issues with how things were done on death row, you've been vocal about it yourself at times. So when you go sit in that seat, you're gonna be expected to handle it correctly, or people gonna call you out, because it's like, hey, you doing the same thing that you was accusing somebody of, just keeping it all the way 100. But we'll have to wait and see how it all play out. Tell me what y'all think. We got more coming. Make sure y'all tap into that Patreon as well. Urban Politicians TV. I got some new stuff up on there. I just dropped a video covering my more in-depth opinion on Dwight Howard and his ex-wife, or his wife currently, or whatever they got going on with that nonsense yesterday. I said, oh, no, this is wild. Then also, The Breakfast Club and Charlamagne new deal with Netflix, and what my take on how it played out, and then Charlamagne responds to it, to the backlash. So y'all tap into it. More coming, more videos, all at 1,000 for shit show. Stay on your pivot.